Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Thank you so much for 29,000 subscribers. So, I have been planning on doing a live stream, but the channel has been growing really fast. So, I've actually gained 4,000 subscribers recently. So, I just want to say thank you to all of the new people who are here. Welcome back to the social climbing series. And today I'm going to talk about how the high maintenance versus low maintenance beauty argument is 100% pure jealousy, gaslighting, and competition. I have seen some bragging about maintenance beauty routines on both sides, but I feel like there is a misconception that if you are quote unquote high maintenance, that somehow you must be broke. First of all, I want to talk about this because finance is actually subjective. So, a person getting her nails done for $30 once per month, like that's not high maintenance. Like just because you maybe can't afford to pay $30 per month to get your nails done, it doesn't mean that like other women are out here just going broke. And I feel like one of the misconceptions about this whole maintenance argument is that people thought that the high maintenance girls are literally just becoming homeless so that they can be beautiful. Have you ever noticed that whenever a privileged woman of any kind, whenever she speaks about her experiences or maintaining her privilege, people get mad? The high maintenance versus low maintenance conversation is just another version of the pretty privilege conversation. It's women talking about how they get their pretty privilege or how they maintain their pretty privilege or how they increase it. So, anytime you start talking about things that affect the way you're treated in society, people are going to get pissed off. And so, part of the rhetoric that I notice from some of the low maintenance girls is, they'll brag about how, oh, well, I don't have to put on any makeup. Well, I don't have to do my hair at all. I don't even brush my teeth. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you for announcing to the whole world that you have halitosis. Like, high maintenance girls don't care about what the low maintenance girls are doing. Have you ever noticed that it's always the women who don't have access to that same privilege? Like maybe they don't have access to financial privilege to be able to invest in their maintenance. Those women are the ones who get the most mad because I don't see celebrities who spend thousands on their beauty every month. I don't see them getting pissed off at poor women saying, oh, well, that's not fair. You can just mix a facial in your kitchen and, you still look good. I'm so angry about that. I'm going to try to report your channels. I'm going to try to report your TikTok account because you're low maintenance. No, usually it's the people who don't have as much privilege, who want access to that particular privilege, who get mad at the women who do. So, you know how they have that saying where it's like, you're not ugly, you're just broke? I feel like the high maintenance versus low maintenance conversation is kind of proof of this because you've got thousands of women coming online and admitting, hey, I used to look crusty, but now that I have saved my money and now that I've invested in all these different things, now I look better. And isn't that what the whole point is? Like, if I'm paying to get a service done, it should make me look better. So the fact that people are mad that women are paying to get their hair and nails done, that's just idiotic to me. It's like, well, yeah, sis, it should look better than when you do it at home because you're getting it done by a professional. I would hope that the professionals are better than a random high schooler doing her own nails in her bedroom. I've noticed that the whole high versus low maintenance beauty conversation, it triggers women who are bad at beauty strategy. People have to remember that everything you do, it's supposed to be a part of your level up strategy. So if you look like you just rolled out of bed, you're going to be treated like someone who just rolled out of bed. If you look like someone who just stays in the house all day, you're just walking around in pajamas and a bonnet 24/7 because you're low maintenance, that is how you're going to get treated by society. And a lot of these women who are arguing online about high versus low maintenance, first of all, the conversation tends to become male centered. So it's like, okay, if you're going to be male centered with it, who do you think tends to get a lot of attention and special treatment? Do you think it's a woman who looks drop dead gorgeous or a woman who looks high maintenance? Or do you think it's a woman who looks homeless? So a lot of people, they're really being disingenuous and they're expressing all this fake outrage about women's finances, like, oh, this is financially irresponsible for women of color to be spending money on their beauty. It's like, that's fake outrage. It's like you haven't cared about women's finances or even your own finances in the past 30 years. But suddenly when a woman talks about spending money on getting her hair done, now all of a sudden you want to act like you're freaking Dave Ramsey, like you're just some financial expert and like you have the power and the authority to tell her what she should be investing her money in? No, a part of my human right is that I have the right to invest my money in whatever I see fit. So if I feel like it's worth it for me to invest in a good quality bra or a good quality clothing or like a good quality hairstylist, then that is my business. And one of the arguments that people use against the pretty, like high maintenance women, they'll use this argument of, well, men are still going to treat you bad, or, men are still going to cheat on you. Have you ever stopped to think that not everything a woman does revolves around a man? Have you ever stopped to think that there are some women out there that simply enjoy wearing pink? Or they enjoy having their hair look beautiful, or it literally makes them look good. They care about the quality of life that they are receiving from that high maintenance routine. So when I think about my beauty routine, it is not all centered around the male gaze. Like a part of my beauty routine is because I want the highest quality of life possible. I understand that humans are biased in favor of people who are attractive. And so beauty can actually be used as a manipulation technique to get other people to perceive you in a certain way. So, if I want people to perceive me as being classy and luxurious and gorgeous, then I can utilize makeup or whatever beauty enhancements I want to manipulate other people's perceptions. By the way, anything that is an enhancement, it is literally a form of social proof. It's a way that you are manipulating others. Anybody who disagrees, usually that's going to be a person who does not understand sociology. Everything that you do in your daily life is because you are trying to subconsciously manipulate other people's perception of you. Think about the people who drive beautiful cars, but they're in debt. You want to talk about high maintenance beauty routines? What about all the people who are spending thousands of dollars on car payments? That's a high maintenance routine. That's very high maintenance. To pay thousands of dollars just to get maintenance on a car, or to pay thousands of dollars to have all these designer items. You're carrying around all these fancy bags, you're wearing fancy shoes. So humans have always had this behavior where they will purchase certain items or they will have all these beautiful things so that they can be perceived in a certain way. I've told you guys this before. This world revolves around and thrives on beauty. If you think about how a lot of people work, they want to save money so they can go on a vacation to a beautiful island. They want to make money so they can buy a beautiful house. They want an attractive partner so they can have beautiful children. They want to take pictures of a beautiful sunset. They want to put on a beautiful makeup look. They want their hair to look beautiful. Men want their haircut and their hairline to look beautiful and attractive. Whenever you have a formal event, you put on a beautiful gown, or men put on a beautiful blazer or a beautiful cufflinks. So this world has always worshiped beauty. It doesn't matter where the beauty comes from. We worship the beauty of nature. People, they will go into debt so that they can go on vacations just to be in nature, which is beautiful. The world is surrounded with beauty. I feel like it's a part of human nature to have a desire for beauty. So shaming women because they desire to be beautiful, I just feel like that's a gaslighting tactic. Another hypocrisy I've noticed is that the women who claim to be low maintenance with their beauty, it's not that they're low maintenance. It's just that the high maintenance girls spend money on their beauty and the low maintenance girls spend more time on their beauty. So just because you spend less money per month on beauty treatments, that actually doesn't make you low maintenance, because if you're spending 5 hours on a Saturday doing your wash day and your deep conditioning routine, that's not low maintenance. And so when it comes to the beauty conversation, you're either going to be investing time or investing your money. So one is not better than the other, but I feel like some women, they view it like, oh, let me try to say that I'm low maintenance as a flex, because then by saying that, I'm implying that I'm more naturally beautiful than the high maintenance girls because they had to spend all this money to do the same stuff that I do at home. And it's like, but sis, you spent 5 hours doing your dermaplaning at home. Like you spent 2 hours doing your hair and doing your own nails and toes. So it's not that you're low maintenance. You just chose a different strategy for your beauty routine. And I also feel like another reason why people get mad as soon as girls start talking about their maintenance is because you're making other women question their routines. Like if you say, hey, I spent $500 on Botox, you're making other women question like, oh wow, should I have been getting Botox? Is that why I have so many wrinkles on my face? So I feel like part of it is that the maintenance conversation, it triggers women who have this external locus of control, but everything is not a competition, sis. Like, why is it that in this social media age, women have to make everything a competition? First, it's who's the prettiest. Now, the next competition is, oh, who can be the prettiest with the least amount of maintenance, even though I'm still spending as much time maintaining my beauty, you're just spending more money. So, technically, it's both the same amount of maintenance. And another thing that some low maintenance girls don't understand is that part of the reason women spend money on their beauty is because the professionals literally do a better job than you could do at home. So it's like if you have the skills, if you know how to do a professional acrylic manicure at home, that's great. But every woman doesn't have those same skills. And so why does it have to be a competition like, "Oh, well, I'm better at doing acrylic nails than you. Ha ha. I don't have to spend $200 to get it done at the salon." It's like, "Sis, but you spent 200 hours learning how to do the acrylic nails and you spent $200 on all of your nail supplies anyway." So you spent all this time, effort and energy and all of this trial and error learning on how to do the maintenance routine, and then there are other women who just chose to use a different strategy. So I just feel like this whole conversation is just a whole bunch of women trying to compete and trying to basically tell the other woman, like, oh, my routine is better than yours. And another talking point I heard is that people are going broke so they can look pretty. And I'm not saying that women aren't going broke. I think that people can go broke off of anything. But it's like, okay, why are you only calling out the women who go broke to be pretty, but you're not calling out the people who go broke because of debt? You're not calling out the people who go broke because they went to college. You're not calling out the people who overspent on their houses and cars, or they overspend on their family or on coffee shops or going out to restaurants. You don't care about how anybody else spends their finances, but suddenly, when it comes to the women who spend money on beauty, you just have to call out the fact that they're going broke. Why do you care so much about what pretty women spend their money on? Why are you so obsessed with pretty women's financial state? So do you see what I mean? How it's really just a form of targeted jealousy? Oh, okay, if she's pretty, she must be broke. Why can't we have it all? Why is it that you can't believe that a woman could actually be pretty and also have enough financial stability to afford to get her hair done? Like, why is that so hard for you to believe? Why does beauty equal financial instability? Like, just because it equals financial instability for you, that doesn't mean that that's the case for every woman. Think about the women who do like Instagram influencing, OnlyFans, they're models, maybe they work at a bar. For a lot of women who are high maintenance, their beauty is paying their bills. You know, that's a part of how they get paid. This is why you see a lot of ex workers and stuff. And video vixens and all that. This is why you see a lot of them spending so much money on their maintenance. It's because they are able to recoup that money by doing their work. They're able to recoup that money because they book more modeling jobs, or they're able to recoup that money because they attract, I don't know, a sugar daddy or whatever. You know, they attract kind of like men who are giving them more tips. Or if she's a bartender, she gets more tips at the bar by being beautiful. So everybody is not just trying to be beautiful just so they can get a romantic relationship. There actually are some women out here who are actually strategic with their beauty and they get paid off of it. So for them, their beauty maintenance is actually an investment. A lot of celebrities are like this. I see people giving celebrities a lot of flack, like, oh, she got a BBL, she got these surgeries. Well, it's because she is literally a celebrity. So she gets paid off of her image. You know, she gets paid to be a pop star. She gets paid off of showing her body. Maybe she has a clothing line or something, or maybe she's performing. So, you know, she wants her body to look a certain way. More people will book tickets if they see that she meets their body goals. Not to mention the fact that being beautiful gives you a pedestal in society. So there are some women that simply want to have a beauty pedestal, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just like how you want to have a financial pedestal. Oh, I saved all my money. I haven't had my nails done in 20 years. Okay, cool. So you want to have a financial pedestal, and you know, that's what you care about, so that's why you saved your money. But in the same way, there are also women who want the beauty pedestal. And maybe they spent money on getting their nails done, but their beauty helped them to be gifted a house. Or it helped them to become a nail influencer. And now she can pay for her own house because she made so many videos with her pretty nails. So there's actually no way to really tell what someone's beauty strategy is. I just think that on both sides, the high maintenance girls and the low maintenance girls, they don't understand what each other's beauty strategies are. For a lot of low maintenance girls, and I know this because I used to be low maintenance, I had my low maintenance phase, okay? So for a lot of low maintenance girls, sometimes their strategy is getting the male gaze or kind of attracting male validation. They want a man to validate them for their natural beauty. In some cases, these women are religious, so they want to prove to the world that they're not shallow because, they're just only wearing their hair natural. They've never dyed their hair. They never wear makeup. They don't put on red lipstick. They don't spend a lot of money on fashion. So that is still seeking after a form of social power. You just want to have the social power of being moral and having integrity and all that. You want to be seen as a good person. That is a form of social power. People like Gandhi, people like Martin Luther King, people like Mother Teresa, all of those people attained social power via how people perceive their morals and integrity. So for a lot of low maintenance girls, they seem to value kind of who they are on the inside. They value how people perceive their character more than their outer beauty. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just don't get mad, though, if somebody uses you for your integrity while simultaneously looking at the girl who is high maintenance. Oh, and this is another thing, too. Whenever women bring up the male gaze, they'll be like, oh, well, men don't even like high maintenance women. Yes, they do. They eat that shit up. Do you know how many men are stalking and following women on IG and on OnlyFans and all that crap? Do you know how many men have celebrity crushes? All of those women are high maintenance. Celebrity actresses, they are high maintenance. They're getting their makeup done. They're doing their hair. They have people on set that are making them look beautiful. So for the male-centered low maintenance girls, that doesn't really even make sense to me because it's like if you're so obsessed with the male gaze on that level, you really should learn something from the high maintenance girls. But like I said, you're going to be spending either time or money on your beauty strategy anyway. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what do I want to gain from my beauty? That's a good question to ask yourself because a lot of women, they're too busy policing other women, and it's like, no, all you have to do is look within yourself, and as long as you are meeting your own internalized beauty goals, then it doesn't matter. Like, what do I want to gain? I know for me personally, what I seek to gain from my beauty is I like having a social pedestal. I like how I'm treated because of my beauty. I like the sources of micro validation that I get from my beauty. I like making money. My beauty actually does make me money. So that money could be spent on me by men. The money could be from maybe like brand deals, modeling deals, brand ambassadorship, something that has to do with that. Maybe you want to be a spokesmodel. So as long as you know what you want your beauty to be used for, nobody can check you. My beauty is one of my sources of internal validation. I like how I feel when I look in the mirror and I see that my makeup is slayed and my hair is slayed and my body is on point. So I like validating myself just by looking at myself. I like looking in the mirror and seeing a beautiful girl staring back at me. So everybody has their own strategy on what they hope to gain from their beauty. And one is not better than the other. But for a lot of women, they won't admit that what they want from their beauty is they want a man to look at her with no makeup on and say, oh, you're so beautiful. When you wake up in the morning, you want a man to look at you and say, you look so beautiful in your natural state. Okay, that's fine. That's a male-centered version of beauty validation. But that's fine. Like, just admit that that's what you want. That's what you want. You just want a guy to look at you in your natural state and say, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I want you to have my babies because I want them to have your features. Okay. So just admit that that's what it is. Just be honest with yourself. And then I see some people saying, oh, well, the low maintenance women are more confident because, they're not wearing any makeup at all. That's not true. Just because somebody doesn't wear makeup doesn't mean that she's confident. And just because someone does wear makeup doesn't mean she's confident. That those two things, like, those are not necessarily correlated. It depends on so many different factors. Confidence is not supposed to only come from your beauty. So what happened to that talking point? I thought that your confidence wasn't supposed to be based on your beauty, whether it's natural or not. So then why do we have low maintenance women saying, oh, well, I'm more confident than you because I don't do my hair at all and I don't do my makeup and I'm walking around with cellulite and a hairy cooter and I still feel confident. It's like, wait a minute. I thought that your confidence wasn't supposed to come from your external appearance anyway. So do you see how they're switching the argument because they're just trying to humble the high maintenance girls? And then they're like, well, I don't have to get my lashes done to look cute. It's like, okay, sis, who cares? Like, if you don't want to wear lashes, if you just want to walk around looking like a naked mole rat, that's fine. Go for it. No one is stopping you. If looking like a naked mole rat makes you feel confident, then that's fine. But why do you have to prove your confidence to others? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a competition mindset. Confidence is not a competition. So there's not supposed to be a self-confidence competition between high maintenance women versus low maintenance women. So do you see what I mean? This is actually a sign that you're insecure. If you're making everything into a competition, oh, well, I'm more confident than you because I don't have to do my hair. I just let my hair go gray. I don't have to dye my hair black, so I'm more confident than you. Sis, confidence and self-esteem is not a competition. This is not the confidence Olympics. And I feel like a lot of people, they're trying to turn this into the natural beauty Olympics. And it's like, okay, what do I win for being the most natural beauty in the world? Like, seriously, what do I win for meeting your standard of being a natural beauty? Do I win a prize? Do I get a cookie? Like, what do I get? So, what's the point of me randomly competing with 7 billion women that I don't even know just so we can say, like, who's the most naturally beautiful? Oh, if you wear makeup, you must be ugly. If you get waxes, you're insecure about your body hair. You must be ugly. Your legs look ugly with hair on them. I still feel confident with hair on my legs. Okay, that's fine. Then just go and be confident. Truly confident women don't feel the need to prove their confidence to others. They don't feel the need to explain themselves to other people. And then people are like, oh, well, there's nothing better than financial security. And it's like, sis, why can't women be high maintenance and financially secure at the same time? A lot of women who can afford getting these $200 facials and stuff, a lot of these women, they have the money to afford it, or they saved up their money, or they're kind of planning it out and budgeting it out. So why is it that, oh, if you're low maintenance, you're financially secure, but if you're high maintenance, you must be broke? No, that's false. If anything, a lot of the low maintenance girls are broke because, they can't afford to get their nails done for $30. Or they have more important things to pay for, like maybe they have kids, or they have other financial responsibilities. And I think that leads me into the next point, which is some women are just jealous of the freedom that high maintenance women have with their finances. So, for example, I've noticed there is a pattern where a lot of the high maintenance girls, they do tend to be maybe child free women, or women that have kind of these high level professional careers. Maybe they're like nurses, doctors, lawyers. So maybe they just happen to have a little extra money, or maybe they didn't buy a house. They chose to invest in REITs or something else. They invest in the stock market as opposed to maintaining a property. And so maybe they have the extra money to pay for that new pair of jeans. So I feel like part of it is that some women are simply jealous that these women have kind of the financial flexibility to pay for certain things. Like, I don't have any kids, so there are not going to be any starving children in my household if I go and get my nails done. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of women, they'll be like, well, I have more responsibilities. Okay, so then you sound like you're just jealous that these quote unquote high maintenance women have less financial responsibility. I don't have a car payment. I have never had a car payment in my life. I don't believe in car payments. I've said that on this channel before. That is a part of my financial standards. I will never get a car payment. Every time I purchase a car, I will purchase a car in cash. Yes, that includes a luxury vehicle. I will save up my money and purchase that luxury vehicle in cash. And so because I don't have a $2,000 a month car payment, yeah, that frees up some extra money for myself. So maybe I can get my nails done if I want. It's funny because I actually don't spend a lot on my nails at all. But yeah, it's like maybe I do have the money to afford that. So I think some women, it almost sounds like they're trying to cope because maybe they don't have as much financial flexibility as the high maintenance women. So a part of their coping mechanism is by saying, oh, well, she must be broke if she's spending $200 on a facial. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that according to your standards, all it takes for someone to be broke is $200? That tells me what your financial standards are. That tells me what your financial situation has been. So if I'm broke after $200, bitch, I was already broke before I got the facial. Like, you guys are exposing yourselves. You're exposing that you think that all it takes for someone to be broke is spending $200. That person was already broke then. And then I see other people saying, oh, well, the low maintenance girls are naturally pretty. And I agree. I think that you can be naturally pretty, though, whether you're low maintenance or high maintenance. So think about like Lori Harvey, for example. She is high maintenance, obviously, because she's known for her skincare line. She's known for kind of being the socialite, getting her hair done, getting her nails done, but she is also naturally pretty. So again, it's coming off as a coping mechanism. Oh, well, she's just ugly. That's why she has to pay to get her makeup done. No, there's a such thing as being naturally pretty and still wanting the luxury experience of having your makeup professionally done. Beyonce is high maintenance. She's naturally pretty. So I think that's another reason, like people are competing with you. That's why they're saying these things. They're competing with you in terms of beauty. And so they can't acknowledge the fact that you're both pretty and financially stable and high maintenance. That's just too triggering for them. It makes them feel broke and ugly and like they didn't strategize enough. And then, like I said, a lot of the low maintenance girls, they're not actually low maintenance because they're still spending time doing their own acrylic nails. They're spending time shaving their legs. They're spending time on their wash day as opposed to just paying a natural hairstylist to do it. So they're not even low maintenance. They're low maintenance in terms of money, but they're high maintenance in terms of time. So if I had the choice, like for me personally, I would rather pay for some professional services so that I can spend my time building my business. But that's just me though. I mean, I don't judge. I don't care what other women's beauty routines are. And that's another thing. It's like any woman who is happy with her own beauty, she wouldn't be angry over somebody else's beauty routine. Like seriously, why would I be angry that you spent $300 on a facial? If anything, I would congratulate you. If anything, as a matter of fact, I would ask you about that. Like, hey, how did it go? Like, was it worth it? Like I want to learn about that. I've never experienced a $300 facial. So let me find out more information about it. What kind of woman gets angry that you spent $300 on a facial? Or she gets angry that you got to spend $800 on some tape-in extensions? And another comment that I saw from a married woman, she was like, oh, well, when my husband asks me for what I want for my birthday, I don't ask for beauty. I just ask for a vacuum cleaner. I will ask for some fuzzy slippers. And it's like, okay, so just because your husband only buys you a vacuum cleaner or some fuzzy slippers for your birthday, that's not what every girl wants. Some girls want to be pampered, and that is okay. On this channel, you guys know that my mindset is that you have the right to be as beautiful as you want. You have the right to meet your own internalized beauty standard, whatever that is for you. And I know that for me personally, a part of my standard for the soft life is being able to have access to getting my nails done if I want, or maybe getting a facial. I got a facial for the first time a couple weeks ago. It was free though. I didn't pay for it, but I just wanted to have the experience because I associate that with the soft life, getting a massage, So for some women, it's not just about the beauty part. It's about the experience. It kind of awakens their femininity, or at least I know for me personally, it helps me to tap into my femininity even more when I walk into a beautiful girly spa and I see that they've got all the flowers set up and then it smells like lavender and roses and then I get a massage. That helps me to kind of like tap into my femininity. So for some women, it's not just about the beauty part, it's about the psychological process of going to a hair salon and having someone massage your scalp and, having someone do extractions on your skin, having a professional do a chemical peel. So it goes deeper than just beauty, like, oh, I just want to look good to society. And I also see some women bragging about how they don't put lotion on their face, all they put on is Vaseline. And it's like, okay, so if you want to walk around looking like your face is covered in chicken grease, that's fine. Put Vaseline all over your face. I could care less. But if I want to use my Algenist eye cream, which is the eye cream that I use, then that's what I'm going to use. So I don't want to walk around with my face looking like it's covered in grease. I don't want my face to look like a skillet. So yes, I like Vaseline, but just because you put on Vaseline, it doesn't mean I have to. So why is it that low maintenance women are trying to pressure the high maintenance women to like stop being high maintenance? Oh, well, why are you putting on those eye creams? I just put on Vaseline. And then if you really dig deep into the psychology of some of the lower maintenance girlies, like if you click on some of their profiles or look at some of their comments, some of these women will admit that they're just broke. And it's like, okay, just admit you're broke. That's fine. If you're broke, then you're broke. One thing that I used to do though, social climbing tip, always keep a second stream of income. Okay, so that's a part of my beauty strategy is literally to have multiple streams of income. So your financial strategy will support your beauty strategy. So back when I was really broke, like when I was in my 20s, this is before I knew about YouTube and online businesses and stuff, I would do working at a coffee shop on the side. I'd be a barista on the side. I would have one professional job and one job for like spending money because I don't like asking my dad and mom for money. I don't want to like be that type of person. So I would always figure out a way to get a second stream of income. If you can do modeling on the side, do that. I have a friend actually, she literally does fitness competitions. So it's like where you lift weights and like do the bikini thing or whatever. So then not only does she look good and have pretty privilege and it motivates her, but she's actually getting paid off of her beauty. So your finances are always going to be a way that you can support your own beauty routine. So a lot of the low maintenance girlies, I catch them admitting that they're broke all the time. Like, sis, just admit that your man is broke or that you're broke or that you don't have multiple streams of income, and that's fine. Just focus on getting the streams of income. Because I hear the low maintenance girls complaining about finances more than the high maintenance girls. The low maintenance girls are like, oh, well, I have to buy a house or I have to do this and that. Okay, so have you ever stopped to think that maybe the high maintenance girls already took care of some of those baseline things? They don't have to only have a house. And that's another thing. Why is it that the only way to have wealth is you have to purchase a big ass house? You have to purchase a 5-bedroom house in the middle of the suburbs. That's the only way to have wealth. No, there are thousands of different ways that women achieve wealth. So just because you see a high maintenance girl and maybe she lives in an apartment, that doesn't mean that she's automatically broke. She could have some REITs. She could have some other investments. She could have simply like low expenses. Maybe she's got an online business. Maybe she's, there are so many different ways that people achieve wealth. And so I noticed a pattern where I've got all these low maintenance girls, or I see all of them complaining about not having wealth. Like, oh, I got to save my money. Okay, so that's you. You have to save your money. A lot of high maintenance girls have already saved their money, or maybe they built their credit up before they decided to, use their credit card to get their nails done or something. And another thing that I've noticed is like they're calling the high maintenance girls broke, but they have no proof that these women are actually broke. A lot of the high maintenance girls on TikTok, they are actual TikTok influencers. They're probably getting paid from their online store or they're getting paid from the views on TikTok. So what are your standards for broke and where's the proof that these women are broke? So there's not even any proof that the high maintenance women are broke. It's literally just rumors and speculation. Like, oh, she's probably broke because her hair looks good. Oh, she's probably broke because her body looks good. Oh, she's probably broke because she got liposuction. Another comment I saw is where somebody says, oh, spending thousands of dollars because you're terrified of your body hair, that's not a flex. And it's like, okay, do you see the sensationalized language they're using? So if you spend money on shaving or on laser hair removal, you're terrified of your body hair. If you spend money on makeup, you're terrified of your own face. If you spend money on extensions, you must be terrified of your own hair. Do you see all the sensationalized gaslighting language they're trying to use? So what they're doing is they want you to stop your maintenance and beauty routine so that you can prove to them, prove to random people on the internet that you don't need it. Because if you're wearing makeup, oh, you must be ugly. That's why you're wearing the makeup. Oh, it's because you need the makeup. Oh, you must be wearing a push-up bra because your boobs are saggy. You need to wear the bra. Okay, they're only saying that because they want you to stop doing what you're doing to look good in order to prove to them that you're confident. And it's like, no, anybody who's truly confident doesn't have to prove their self-esteem to anyone. Beautiful women don't have to explain themselves to you. They don't have to get your approval before they do their maintenance routine. And they certainly don't have to share their finances with you. And then people are like, oh, you don't have to spend $1,000 a week to maintain yourself. Who is spending $1,000 a week? That's more of the exception and not the rule. So do you see how when it comes to high maintenance women, it's like, oh, everyone who's high maintenance, they're just spending tens of thousands of dollars per year. And it's like, the fact that you have to go out of your way to find people who are literally spending tens of thousands and use those people as a representation for all high maintenance women, that's proof that you're just trying to find flaws. Like, you're trying to use the most extreme examples possible so that you can scare women out of their own beauty. And this is what I'm talking about. It's kind of that crabs in a bucket mentality. You've got these low maintenance women, and they're, like I said, they're really not low maintenance because they're spending time on their beauty. They're just not spending money. And then they're just lying to you and saying, oh, well, I'm low maintenance. Sis, you spent 8 hours this week doing your hair oiling treatments. You're not low maintenance. You spent 8 hours doing your hair oiling treatment, your facials, getting rid of blackheads, doing your shaving routine, doing your shower routine. If I were to add up all the hours you spent this week, on your beauty routine so that you didn't have to spend money, you're actually not low maintenance. We're probably the same amount of maintenance. It's just that I'm spending money and you're spending time. But a lot of this is just fear mongering. They want you to be scared of your own beauty. They want control over your finances. So now, if you're a pretty girl, now you can't even have control of your finances. You have to consult with the almighty TikTok followers before you can even go get your nails done now. So, do you see how they want you to be desperate and have low self esteem? Anyway, what do you ladies think? Do you think that if you pay for any sort of professional services, you must be ugly and broke? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.